One step creaked louder than the others in counter-argument. She could go on like this for days. I hit the foyer, slung my purse across my body, and palmed the last Honeycrisp apple from its porcelain cradle. Hand-painted blue roses climbed over the exterior of the elegant fruit bowl, the piece still one of my favorites, despite the knocked rim on its averted lip. Or perhaps because of it. Each chip represented a memory, a good one, and I had few enough of those not to care if the reminders carried jagged edges. The slight pressure of my fingertips against the basin sent the heavy antique console table beneath the bowl seesawing. The old house groaned around me, embarrassed about the uneven floorboards, and the hard point of my anger softened. I got this. I opened the table's single drawer, plucked the most recent bill off the top of a precarious stack, and wedged it under the short leg before hiding my unmet obligations from sight again with a satisfying bump from my hip. There. I winked up at the chandelier that hung central in the foyer. Good as new. A gust of heated air swirled up my leg from a nearby floor register. You're welcome. Thanks to my late start, my usual bowl of strawberry oatmeal was off the table. That left me with the apple to tide me over until the lunch break I took around midnight. Stomach tight with hunger, I brought the fruit to my lips. That moment when my teeth pierced the thin outer skin, the flesh firm beneath, and the juices flowing over my tongue was perfection. Licking the sticky sweetness from my lips, I chased an errant trickle down my wrist with my tongue. I couldn't afford to waste even one drop. Not at these prices. See you later. I reached for the doorknob and found it locked. I jiggled it once more, then sighed. Wooly. The chandelier dimmed at the reprimand. I promise I'll be home in a few hours. A petulant snick announced I was free to go. Not that the old house expected me to ever return. What can I say? Woolworth House, Woolly to her friends, was a tad bit clingy. Though, if you asked me, she was entitled to her near-obsessive fear of abandonment after witnessing the brutal murder of her previous owner and the subsequent arrest of the Woolworth heir. That would be me. The door clicked shut on my heels as I stepped out onto the wraparound porch, and the locks engaged. Click, click, click. Can a haunted house pitch a hissy fit? Yes. Yes, it can. And in my limited experience, the scope and duration of the tantrum was directly proportional to its square footage. Each time I left, no matter how valid my reason, she acted like I'd driven a rusty nail into her wooden heart. Or hearth. Whichever. Wooly was all the family I had left. I wouldn't abandon her. Unless they dragged me away like last time. Checking the wards protecting Woolworth House came second nature to me, and I spared half a thought for activating the complex spells. Or I did until the magic rebounded, delivering a slap to my skull that left my ears ringing and startled me into shifting a mental eye toward checking the perimeter. But whatever had left the wards singing near the garden hadn't breached them. I was savoring my second bite of apple, pondering what the disturbance meant and why Wooly hadn't given me a heads up, when the hand cradling the half-eaten fruit ignited, and a whiff of charred skin stung my nostrils. Swearing a blue streak, I flung my hand to soothe the burn and sent the snack rolling down the steps. Dang it! Uncurling my fingers, I spotted the blackened sigil I dreaded, branding my palm. Double dang it! Bad enough I had wonky wards to contend with, but this? Kate really ought to stop dying on me. His timing couldn't be worse. I was scheduled to lead a booze and brews tour through historic downtown Savannah, Georgia in 2 hours. I hadn't had my hair or makeup done yet, and Cricket Meacham, the owner of Hain't Misbehavin' Ghost Tours, that's Hain't as in ghost, and not Hain't as in ain't, expected her crew in full Southern Belle regalia prior to clock-in. Call Amelie, I ordered my phone in a loud, clear tone.